So taking a look at the Hello World program that we wrote in the previous example one class, you'll see that what we were talking about was that whenever you want to create a Java program, you will have to declare it in what we call a class. So a class is a kind of construct, a Java construct that encloses all your Java programs or codes. So whenever you want to write a Java program, all your code should be enclosed in what we call a class. And then the next thing you have to do after defining a class like this, you have to now define the main method. So you say public class, then the name of your class, and then you can now put these curly braces over here and here. And then within these curly braces, this is the opening curly brace and this is the closing curly brace. You can now put your main method, which is public static void main string args, and that as well will have its own curly braces opening and closing over here. And then you can now put your Java statements within the main method. In this case, we had only the system.out.println hello world statement. So, reviewing this hello world program, I'm going to explain some of the terminologies that we're using here in this simple program. But you're not going to understand everything that I'm going to tell you in this particular video, because some of the things are gonna be explained further on when we move along in this series. The meaning of public means that this class is gonna be accessible anywhere in this computer, so long as you declared the class to be public. So that means that we can have non-public classes which are not going to be accessible anywhere in the computer. What we are writing, the name of our program has to be what we call a class, and the class takes a name like this. You can give your class any name, but we have some rules. The name of the class should start with a letter, should not contain numbers. So something like this is illegal, or something like this is illegal. So all class names should start with letters. Class names should not have spaces, like this is illegal. This will not compile. And that's just one of the few rules about class names. Now you notice that I use a capital letter to start the name of my class in this example one. That is not like a mandatory rule, but we have what we call a Java naming convention, where, like a kind of tradition, where we decide to name our classes using a capital letter for the first letter of the name of the class. Okay, so that's just how to name a class. Like I said, you can name it anything you want. Underscores can be allowed, something like this. Example _1 is a valid class name. The next thing I would like us to talk about is the main method. You'll notice that the main method has public static void. This is the name of the method, which is name main. So the public again stands for the fact that this main method is going to be accessible anywhere within this class and outside this class, and anywhere in this computer. Even the outside world can be able to access the main method. The same thing goes to the public class. And the way to define the method is always public static void main. You have to define your main method this way, because that's the Java rule, and that's what our compiler and Java runtime environment requires from us. The static keyword here means that you do not need to instantiate a new instance of the example1 class in order to invoke the main method. Okay, I know that doesn't make any sense to you, but like I told you, some things you will not understand now, so you just have to understand that you have to write public static void main the way I've written, and then we'll come into the explanation of these things further on in when we are talking about static keywords and static access modifiers. The void here means that the main method does not return any value, and again, you may not understand what that means, so you're just gonna take a whole lot of this stuff in faith, And the main method takes an argument called args, and that argument is an array of string. Again, you may not have any understanding of what I'm saying, so let's just be defining the main method to be public static void main string args the way you've just seen. Just remember how to write this main method the way you've seen it, and you'll be fine. All right, but what I can explain here to your understanding is that the hello world coming out here. If we wish to spit out any outputs to the command prompt using our programs, we'll simply have to write system.out.println, and then whatever we want to come out in the output should be in between quotes, like this opening quotes, this is the opening double quotes, and the closing double quotes, and whatever we want to come out in the output should be in between those double quotes. And whenever you see double quotes like this, we call them string literals. System.out.println. Okay, this is system, and this is the dot, and this is out, and this is the dot, and this is the print line, is used to bring out output of whatever we want to come out in our command prompt. So to compile this program, again, you have to require the command prompt. So I'm going to bring up the command prompt, and I'm going to type javac example1.java, which is the name of the Java file we saved this as example1.java. So we type that, we press enter, and our program should compile. Again, no news is good news, so our program has compiled successfully, and the way to run it is to type java example1, you don't put the dot class, and we see hello world, so that means our program has run successfully. So in the next video, we're going to talk about commenting your program. So I hope you found this informative, and I'll see you on the next video.